Danny, 2 home games now. It must be a case of wanting the players just to attack them as best we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great that we now have 2 home games. I think in the 9 games that we've been here, 6 of them have been away. We obviously had the long trip to Barrow on Saturday. Disappointed with the result. I think when we watched the game back, there was certainly some good things that come from the game in terms of the control that we had in the game. I think we dominated the ball in their half. Just lacked a little bit of cutting edge. Didn't carry the goal threat that we would have liked for the amount of possession that we had. It's really disappointing to concede a goal just before half time. Probably the timing of the goal, a great finish from their player from a free kick, but you know, you go in at half time in a game that you've had good control and domination of. Against one of the best teams in the division, by the way, and you go in 1-0 down and they've only had 1 shot on target. So this was tough to take, but a good response in the second half. But yeah, we just lacked that little bit of finesse and that little bit of quality in the final third. And certainly for us moving forward, that's something for us to look to try to add as a group. And yeah, couldn't be better than to have 2 home games in a week.
And obviously the first one's against the Doncaster side that were kind of in and around it, but recent weeks have moved themselves a little bit away from us.
Yeah, Grant McCann is an experienced manager. I think that they've got a good squad. You look at their playing squad that they recruited in the summer and you anticipated them being towards the top of this division, but I suppose it shows you how competitive this league is this year. But certainly in recent weeks their form has been good. Nicky and I watched them the Saturday before last play Walsall at Walsall. It was a tight game. Probably they had good control in the game and they lost narrowly, but certainly had a good response from that, drawing with Bradford and then beating Crewe on Saturday. So yeah, a team that like to come and dominate the ball. I think Grant works very hard with his teams in possession. They're always a team that has lots of rotation, like to dominate the ball, like to ask a lot of questions of your defensive system and your defensive structure. And always have players in the team that carry goal threat. So yeah, a lot to admire. But for us, we feel like we're in a good place. Like I said, we were disappointed with the result on Saturday. Disappointed with some aspects, but know the areas that we need to keep working at. And there's certainly still, when you look at the performance as a whole, there is still a lot of positives from that.
Yeah, and talking about our squad in the next few weeks, like you've said, it's not a 2-man job, it's not an 11-man job. We're going to need a lot of them. How are those players that have been on the periphery of the squad, how are they at the moment? Yeah,
good. We have a couple of injuries. Zach Mitchell is still nursing an injury. He went back to Charlton for a short period of time, but he's now back with us, which is a real positive. He's now on the grass, so hopefully he won't be too long. Marley picked up a really nasty ankle injury. I saw that for the first time today, just in a tackle on Friday night. That doesn't look good. So that's a definite concern for us going forward. That's going to need scanning and for us to wait for the outcome of that. And Manny will have a scan later today. Unfortunately, his other knee, so he'd just come back from a medial knee ligament injury on the right side. He's now done the same on the left side, which is, yeah, really disappointing for him and for obviously for all of us. On the positive side, Samson is getting closer and closer, back training with the group now, which is a huge positive because he brings a pace and a power. He brings something different to that front line. And I think that the team has really missed him. So it'd be great to get him back for Nicky and I. I feel like a new signing almost. And Kells as well, really close, making really good progress now. Again, back in training, back doing ball work, and to have both of those back for the running is going to be a busy schedule between now and the end of April. So to have both of them back is a huge positive, and I think gives a real lift to everybody concerned.